carbonara. Alright, so today we're going to make a classic Italian pasta dish, carbonara. To make carbonara, you only need a few ingredients. You're going to need an egg, Pecorino Romano cheese, pancetta, or bacon if you don't have pancetta, and some pasta. Traditionally, this dish uses guanciale instead of pancetta or bacon, which is the cheek on the pig. It's kind of relatively difficult to get, so often an alternative that's easy to use is pancetta. So we're going to start off by turning on our pan. Going to put the pancetta in a cold pan. No need to have the pan preheated. We want to put it in cold so that we can render out more of the fat from the pancetta. You also don't have to use any olive oil in this step because there is plenty of fat in this pancetta that will render out. So for the carbonara, as the water is heating up for the pasta and the pancetta is starting to cook in the pan, we are going to want to make our egg mixture. A lot of carbonaras that I've noticed use heavy cream and not really an egg mixture in order to make the sauce for the carbonara, and that's not the traditional way to do it. So you're going to want to use an egg and a lot of cheese in order to make that egg mixture. So we're going to want to use one egg. It's about one egg per serving. And in this case it's just myself, so I'm just going to use one serving and one egg. You're going to want to use 2 to 3 cups of cheese. Of Pecorino Romano. So you've added in some cheese, you're going to want to add a lot of black pepper. When making this egg mixture for the sauce, it's important to get the consistency right. And you're gonna get the consistency by the amount of cheese that you put in with the egg. So now let's whisk this up. The consistency that I'm looking for is having the egg mixture get clumpy and have it clump up. So you can see this is still pretty runny. It's I can move it around pretty easily in the bowl. So because of that, I'm going to want to add more cheese. So let's get this mixed in. Okay, so this is more of the consistency that I want. See how now it's clumpier? I can't really move it around in the bowl. I know that there's a good ratio of cheese and egg in here. I'm gonna put a little more black pepper. I like my carbonara to be peppery. So now our egg mixture is done. This is going to act as the base of the sauce, and in order to make the actual sauce when we put it in the pan when the pasta's done, we are going to use some of the pasta water that is all starchy that will mix in with this and create the sauce for the carbonara. Put the pasta in the water. I'm not going to add any salt to the water because the pancetta is going to be salty enough, along with the Pecorino Romano cheese. Kind of has a salty taste to it, so I don't need to add any additional salt. Once the pancetta is done cooking, it's important to completely kill the heat, turn it off. Because when we put the egg mixture in, we don't want to cook the eggs to have them be, you know, scrambled eggs at all. We want to have it be a silky, smooth sauce. And if there is a lot of residual heat from the pan, this egg mixture will cook into scrambled eggs, which is something that we don't want. All right, now that the pancetta is done, I'm going to completely turn this off. Move the pan off of the heat so it can let go some of that residual heat, so that when we do put in the egg mixture, the pasta and a little bit of pasta water, it'll all create a sauce and it won't fully cook the egg mixture that we made here. All right, so the pasta is done, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to move this pan back. The pan's been sitting off the heat for about the entirety of the cooking time of the pasta, so about 10 minutes. So there's not much heat left over in this pan. What's going to create the sauce is the starchy pasta water. It's going to mix with this and create a smooth sauce. Put that to the side. Let's add our pasta back into the pan with the pancetta. And now let's put this in. I'm going to start stirring it pretty good, and then periodically adding some of this pasta water in here so that it thickens up. See that, so there's no heat on this pan, just using the heat from the pasta and the heat from the pasta water. Get it all mixed in. Now that it's all mixed in, gonna add a little bit of pasta water. Let's get it all mixed. Oh. I'm going to turn on the heat just to tighten up a little bit, tighten up the sauce. Get it all nice and mixed in. Turn on the heat a little bit just to get the sauce tightened up. There you have it, a great pasta carbonara. See how the sauce is thick? It's coating all of the noodles. Turn that off. See, any hotter, it probably would have cooked the egg completely. See how it's all, the sauce is all nice and thick. Didn't have to use any cream, just the egg mixture and some pasta water and a lot of cheese. So good.